Here in Charlotte County, we have a high percentage of cash deals compared to the rest of the nation. What does that mean for you as a buyer or seller? We're going to talk about that today. Yo, I'm Adrienne, longtime Florida realtor, and I'm here to help you get your Florida life. Happy Wednesday, everyone. New videos come out every Wednesday on this channel. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. If you want to stay updated on what's really going on in the Charlotte County real estate market, I do send out a market update every month, and you can sign up for that in the description below. Recently, there's been a lot of talk about how many cash buyers there are in the real estate market all over the country. For the last few years, cash home sales have made up of about 30% of sales nationwide. Here in Charlotte County, we have high rates of cash buyers and have had them for a long time. For the last couple of years, our cash sales have made up about 40% of our sales in single-family homes, and in condos, they are over 60%, sometimes getting up to as much as 77%. There are a lot of myths that go around when it comes to cash deals and dealing in a cash market. You may believe some of them without even realizing it. As someone who's sold real estate in a heavy cash market for a long time, I've seen a lot of these myths hurt people and stop people from getting the best deal. Whether you're financing or you're cash or you're looking to sell a home, this video will help you. I'm also going to give those of you who are financing my number one tip for competing with cash buyers. Myth number one. This is the one you might believe without even realizing it. Interest rates don't affect areas with a lot of cash buyers. I hear this one from sellers often. There's so much cash here, interest rates really don't affect us that much. Not true at all. Most cash buyers have their money currently someplace. It's not buried in their backyard either. It's often in real estate elsewhere. It's either in a house they have up north that they want to sell, or they're going to take an equity loan out on that house to buy down here. Interest rates very much affect them because if they can't sell the house up north or the equity loan rates are too high, they may not want to come down here or they may not be able to. The stock market affects us as well. Sometimes that can even have an opposite effect. If people get mad at the stock market or they fear it's going to crash and they don't want to bury their money in the backyard, they'll buy real estate. I've seen that a lot lately when people don't feel comfortable putting their money in banks. They decide, hey, let's buy some real estate. All that being said, the buyers I do see tend to have a lot of options, especially in certain neighborhoods where we see a lot of cash deals. Yes, cash buyers' money is not always liquid, but they have a lot of options. They can take out an arm, they can finance a little bit of it. I've had many financing deals decide to pay cash partway through the deal. So even my finance buyers tend to have some options. Likewise, I have many buyers who can't decide whether they want to pay cash or if they want to take out a 30% loan or a 50% loan. Now, if you don't have this kind of down payment, I don't want you to be afraid. Every neighborhood is a little bit different, and every house and every deal is different, which leads me to myth number two. Cash buyers can buy at deep discounts compared to buyers using financing. I don't really know what it's like in a market that doesn't see as many cash buyers, but I can tell you here, you may get a little leg up if you're a cash buyer, but it's not going to be as extreme as you might think. You should also know that a lot of our financing buyers are putting down at least 20%. Again, I do a lot of deals where they're putting down 30 or 50%. Those deals are very solid, and sometimes if they're putting enough down, they don't even need appraisals. So you might have a little leg up as a cash buyer, but if they're getting more money and it's a really solid deal, sometimes that doesn't do as much for you as you think. I would imagine if you're a cash buyer in a market that with very few cash buyers, this would be different. And it still helps you here. Sometimes you'll win a bidding war, or you may entice a seller to meet you at your price if you're a little lower than they wanted to go. But sellers around here often expect cash. We'll get to that in a moment for you sellers. If you're financing though, again, don't let this get you down. This is where I will give you my biggest tip for getting your best deal when financing. It's who you surround yourself with. Arm your offer with a pre-approval from a local lender and use a local realtor. If the listing realtor sees that you're working with people they trust and who get things done, they're likely to pitch that to their customer in that way. If you have no pre-approval or one from a bank far away that we've never heard of, or a bank with a reputation for being difficult, listing agents are still going to present your offer, but they can't say to their seller, yes, I know these people, they're going to get it done. And a lot of sellers around here want to hear that because in a cash heavy market, sellers expect cash, which leads me to myth number 3. Myth number 3, as a seller, you might as well wait for a cash deal. Wrong. Cash deals are nice. Yes, you can wait for a cash buyer, but keep in mind 40% of our deals are cash. That means around 60% are not. Waiting around for a cash buyer means you are cutting out a lot of buyers. Even in condos where we're seeing 60 to 70% cash, you would be cutting out 30 to 40% of the buyers. I hate to see sellers turn down good, solid deals because they're waiting and waiting for cash buyers. Now, some homes and condos have to sell cash for whatever reason, but if you don't, just keep in mind, you don't want to cut out a huge swath of buyers to wait for cash. Don't forget to sign up for my market updates, and I'll see you next week.